It is Monday, May 5th, 2025, also known as Cinco de Mayo, and this is another edition of Baseball Today. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, producer Dan, and intern Sawyer along for the ride as well. Happy Cinco de Mayo, mi amigo.
Thank you very much. I'm excited. I'm a big fan of the Mexican culture and heritage. I gave a nice award on Talking Baseball to our guy, Andres Munoz. Important to note, not Mexican Independence Day. That's September 16th. This is a celebration of the Battle of Puebla against the French. And you got to know that, people.
Okay. History teacher Plouffe. You'd be the hot history teacher back in the day.
I love history.
Do you?
Favorite history? Well, American history is fun because you know all the places, so you can actually picture it. But right. I don't know, man. Like the Romans is awesome to learn about. Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, some of the old Asian empires, really fun to learn about. Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Well, today we're going to teach a class about baseball.
Yes.
So let's start with our little tip of the cap, shall we? And speaking of ancient history, it seemed like back in Roman times this guy was pitching. It had been so long. Lance McCullers Jr. back on the mound for the first time since Game 3 of the 2022 World Series. Worked 3 2/3 of scoreless ball. Had a little bit of a control issue, but that's okay. Still threw 87 pitches. The important thing is that he was out there and he's back helping Houston.
That's crazy. 2022. I didn't realize it had been that long. Yeah, obviously the command's going to be he's amped up. The feel for his pitches probably not going to be there for at least a couple more outings. But it's a welcome sight for Astros fans, and obviously just a lot of behind the scenes hard work for Lance to get back to where he's at.
Yeah, more than 900 days it had been since he had been on a major league mound. Speaking of sons of former major leaguers, a tip of the cap to another one.
And now Clemens to right and deep. This one back, deep it goes, and gone!
Let's go.
Cody Clemens in his first game at Fenway Park with the Rocket here has put his team on top.
That is cool. Because it has been a grind for this kid. He's bounced around the majors and the minor leagues, and to see him do that in his Pop's original major league stomping grounds, pretty neat.
Was that a little hook 'em horns up there to Pops?
Might have been.
It was. And we needed that because the Twins didn't even gain any ground in the Central because your Guardians are just, I don't even want to talk about
celebrate the moment we're talking about. This is not a team.
The Royals freaking win 2 out of 3. The Tigers win 3 out of 4, especially lost half a game. I don't know.
That's enough. All right. A lot of stuff to get to, but a few quick reminders. Number one, latest dugout discussions with Chris Rose is out with Andrew McCutchen. I will say this. One of our bosses texted me last night and said it was a great interview. And I said, yeah, he's the dude. I know that the Pirates don't have the national appeal that a lot of teams do. Go out and listen to it. He's in Trevor Plouffe's cell phone. I wish I'd known that before the interview because we could have layered up a little bit. But go do that. It's the latest episode. We appreciate the support. A lot of crazy stuff happened around the major league. So we're going to actually start in that area. Like, how big a deal was some of this stuff? You mentioned the Detroit Tigers winning a series out in Anaheim because guess what? Riley Green and every other Tiger took it to their bullpen.
Green powers this ball high in the air, right center field. Riley Green does it again. 2 in the inning.
Yeah, first player in Major League history to have 2 homers in the 9th inning of a game. How big a deal is that?
It's just awesome, man. I mean, this Tigers team is absolutely on fire. Riley Green, it's nice to hit 2 homers in an inning, but to hit one to put your team ahead and then all of a sudden the floodgates open and hit another one is extra special. But they're getting contributions from everyone, Chris. I know we talked about it a little bit on Friday, I believe, but Javi Baez continues. Oh man, they're looking really good. They look like a full, complete roster.
Mm-hmm. Well, Riley Green is a guy, they got off to this great start, and he really didn't do much the first month of the year. And then the last 10 days or so, the guys played like Riley Green. He is a star in the making. I said it last year. I really believe in them. I think they're going to win the division. It wouldn't surprise me if they end up in the World Series. They're a team that you just got to deal with. They are good. And by the way, the Angels, They have become my NBA team, which means you don't have to turn them on like till the fourth quarter of a game in the NBA. You really don't have to start watching the Angels till the seventh, because that's when the game's going to be decided, and most likely in the wrong way if you're an LA fan. God, their pen, that is a rough watch.
Yeah, it's been tough for them all season long, and it was exposed in the series for sure.
Not good. Something that is good and has been all year long, the San Diego Padres. Their win streak is now 5. They sweep a series in Pittsburgh. Fernando Tatis Jr., speaking of the sons of major leaguers, continuing a theme throughout the day, how big a deal is it he scores on a wild pitch that crept about 3.5 feet from home plate?
It just shows what kind of athlete he is. I mean, the baseball IQ for this, the, reaction time, the speed, even if most players did everything the exact same as him, and he's just faster than everybody else and gets his foot in there. That he's incredible. An incredible series for the Padres as they're rolling right now. Their bullpen has been so good.
Yeah, and I get it. By the way, it's not 3.5 feet. It's probably like 9 or whatever. But I mean, how many players are even attempting that in the league? 3, maybe.
Yeah, it's honestly it's about anticipating that ball in the dirt.
Yeah.
I know you tell yourself to do it all the time, but he was gone. Like, he was at least taking a step as soon as that ball went into the dirt. And you know what? He almost got Padres fans had a big scare. He gets hit on the arm, that massive bump, ends up playing through it. Yeah, he's been incredible.
That was ridiculous. Yeah, the instincts that kid has. And I think it was in that ballpark where he first did the tag up on an infield pop-up.
Oh, yeah, that was huge. He did that a couple times.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, he's great.
Can I
He
give
is
you
a ton
the
of fun to
Padres
watch.
bullpen just real quick? I got numbers.
Yeah, go for it.
1.73 ERA, that's first in baseball. 0.97 WHIP, that's first in baseball. 183 opponents average, that's first in baseball. They only have one blown save on the year, that's also first in baseball. Second in baseball in K to walk ratio. So step it up, guys.
Ruben Niebla, pitching coach, has done a hell of a job there in the few years that he's been out west. He's really, really done a great job, and those guys are all pointing in the right direction. Saturday, there were a pair of ninth-inning grand slams that rocked the sport of baseball.
The next offering. Swung at and blasted. High, deep to right. Gone. How about that?
Swinging a ball lifted in the air, deep left center field. Stowers, no way! A walk-off grand slam. This kid is unconscious. No way did he do that.
By the way, that second one by Kyle Stowers, that might have been the call of the year. Kyle Sealaff. I mean, that one got me out of my seat, and I'm not even a Marlins fan.
Yes, Stowers has been really, really good as of late. Just really crushing the ball. And to be able to do that against Mason Miller, although Mason Miller's command was atrocious that game, he just hopped on that first pitch fastball. That was a great swing to go oppo like that. You're right, a great call. And then your guy, Daniel Schneemann. This is guards ball to the max right there. Down 3-0 in the top of the 8th. He hits a homer to get a 3-1. Then he hits the grand slam. And I talked about this a little bit with Jake earlier today. Same exact pitch sequencing between Chad Green and Yimi Garcia. First pitch breaking ball for a strike, then a heater, middle in, 95. Like literally the exact same pitch, and he did not miss either one of those. Those are bombs, Chris.
Those are bombs.
And freaking Guardians just win because, hey, how about they don't need to watch them until the last part of the game either, the Guard Dogs.
Yeah, I guess not. That's pretty true. I'll give you this stat on Schneemann. He became the second player in Major League history to have a multi-homer game on the road that included a game-winning grand slam with his team trailing and down to its final out. The other player, Babe Ruth.
Oh, God.
Schneemann Ruth.
Nice looking swing on Schneemann, though.
Took him a while to get to the show. That's why I like him. He got there in his late 20s. That was pretty
So
neat.
he had the catch in center.
Yeah.
Against my Twins.
Mm-hmm.
And then, hey, it's been a nice week.
Has been a good week for him. Back to Stowers real quick. You know who that's pissing off?
The Orioles.
Oh, my God, those fans are livid right now. They're like, okay, we get it. We traded Kyle Stowers, not a huge deal. They also traded Connor Norby, I think, in that deal. But Rodgers has done zilch for them. Zilch. And now there's a guy down in Florida tattooing Mason Miller who had been perfect in save opportunities. Man. Tough go.
That's tough.
Tough go. For Miami, that was their 4th walk-off this year. 6th franchise walk-off grand slam, first since Giancarlo did it 11 years ago. And Stowers this year, top 10 in batting average, 11th in OPS in the league.
For the Marlins, they have 6 walk-off grand slams?
Yeah.
That seems like a lot for a baby franchise.
It does. Feels young. I mean, the franchise has been around 30-plus years now.
That's not, I mean, we're talking about other franchises been around for 70, 80, 100. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe
I wonder, hey, if someone could look up, maybe our intern, what's the most walk-off grand slams for an organization?
I mean, I bet you it's a decent number. It doesn't sound like that much, but there's several every season by teams.
I'm curious.
Okay. I mean, I can think of 3 off the top of my head without really thinking of my team.
Don't rain on my parade. Let Sawyer do some research. Okay, let him earn his keep around here.
Manny Ramirez against Eck, Bill Selby against Mariano Rivera, Albert Bell against Lee Smith. That's 3 Hall of Fame closers, by the way.
Okay.
Boom. All right, let's get to a fun one. Cubs. They take 2 of 3 on the road in Milwaukee, and PCA ruled the day.
Britton in the air, right center field. Freeland back at the wall. It's gone! Pete Henry Crow Armstrong. Know the name.
Kind of a freak right now, the way he's playing. The new kid with the huge feet. That kid is what a hitter.
Okay, that's Pat Murphy. That was actually after the Brewers won on Sunday. He called PCA the kid with blue hair. He's awesome right now. You can't stop him. And he goes, the other big kid with huge feet. He's talking about Kyle Tucker.
He does have huge feet. Skis on.
Come on, Pat. Hey, the kid with blue hair and the guy with huge feet.
Pat's crossed over. I don't want to call him old man yelling at clouds just yet, but like this year, a ton of team meetings, a lot of benchings, a lot of like this finger wagging, and then the blue hair dude with the guy with the big shoes. I mean, Pat, don't cross over just yet, man. We need you.
That was hilarious. So Crow hit 3 this weekend. He did the little money sign. We've talked about him reportedly turning down an offer that would have maxed out at $75 million, because every time that dude steps on a ball field, you can hear the ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching every time he just walks. Not every time he steps up to the plate. It's just every time he walks out on the field. There's the money sign showing it like, yeah, don't worry. You'll get paid, bro. You'll get paid. So it feels like it's a little bit of a downtime for our game at the center field position. Where's Pete Crow go in the center field draft right now?
Number 1. And we just did the all-JM team, so that's statistics through April. And we had a vote-off between Jung-Hoo Lee and Pete Crow because, look, Jung-Hoo Lee, like, is sneaky having a great year as well. I voted for Jung-Hoo Lee because of the slash line. The slash line was just a little bit better. He was driving in runs, scoring runs, kind of like doing everything. They were kind of both just having great starts to the year. And for some reason, we went Jung-Hoo Lee. And then Pete, at the beginning of May, has just been going off. It makes us look kind of stupid, to be honest with you, because Pete Crow right now is the best center fielder in all of baseball. He was smart to turn down that money. Although if I was him, I'd be going back to the Cubs now, being like, okay, let's get back on the table. Probably made himself another $20 million with the start that he's had to the season. So to answer your question, there's nobody better in center field in the game than him right now. There might be guys that can do it for spurts. I can think like Byron Buxton's pretty damn good when he gets going. But Pete Crow right now looks like a man on a mission. And if we're talking about right now, like even everything, contract status, everything. Like he's like obviously making league minimum. Like he's the guy, Chris.
Okay, let's throw that part out. Let's just say if you could have a guy for the next 8 years, you taking him over Julio?
Yeah. Yes.
Isn't that amazing? Like 2 years ago, we were like, oh wow, he's going to outplay a $400 million contract, isn't he?
He hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
He has not done it. Look, and Pete kind of does everything the same. I was actually talking to Cole Tucker about him. We went golfing on Thursday or whatever, and he's good buddies with PCA. We're actually talking about PCA turning down the deal and all of these things. But a guy like him who's like offense is not supposed to be his calling card. Like he's a defender who can run the bases. Like those things don't slump. So the floor is very, very high for PCA. If he hits the way he's been hitting, I don't expect him to be a 30 homer guy, although he's like on pace for 60. If he hits, like he's a superstar, like legit superstar in the game.
Well, he's got the personality on top of everything else. And they just did a really interesting column on him in The Athletic about how the Cubs would want him to be him. Not every team, I think, would be okay. Like he's more than just the kid with blue hair. He is constantly bouncing around. He's chirping. He's having fun. He's a guy that I think the league could really build around marketing wise. He's just an interesting kid. His mom is an actress, was in a baseball movie, the whole bit. Like there's a lot of pieces to him. But he's a really respectful kid that grinds and loves the game. And I think that's the thing, is that it'd be one thing to kind of be out there and be a little aloof and kind of different. And if you just happen to be good at the game, but didn't love the game, people can see that and feel that. But you understand how much the sport means to him.
100%. I'm trying to find a picture of us on Halloween. I can't find it right now, but that's my guy.
Well, what'd you go dressed as?
It was a Game of Thrones. Who was I? You put me on the spot right now. Not Damon, the other bad Targaryen who lost his eye. I'm blanking right now.
Who was he?
I think he was a priest or like a monk.
Interesting.
Something like that.
Okay.
We had a good time.
All right, good. I'm happy y'all had a
I'm going to
nice
find that
night.
picture and we're going to put it up.
Okay. We will. We'll find it. But maybe our picture of the year came from a PCA home run in Milwaukee, the one that he hit upper tank in right field, and our Storiali lookalike.
That's a good F-bomb right there. A phenomenal
When you first saw
F-bomb.
it, did you think that was Jake?
No, because this guy's a little bit better looking than Jake and with a better arm. But the pipes are I'll give it to Jake. This guy's got pipes. He was a wrestler. Jake's pipes are looking good these days.
Wait a second. Did you just say this guy's better looking with a better arm than Storiali?
I did. Stand by that.
Oh, what do you...
This guy would tune Jake up to just beat the crap out of him.
Oh, God. We need a comment section on this one. Who wins between this guy and Jake? I don't know. How about a calf off? Can we have a calf off between the two?
Ooh, Jake got the calf off. I can almost guarantee that.
By the way, who wears a sleeveless shirt right at the beginning of May in Milwaukee?
You know how it is in places that have cold weather. As soon as the sun comes out at all, like people are basically naked.
We should have done a split screen with him and Jake. That's what we should have done.
I got the pictures now.
Oh, you do? So what'd you go as? What'd you go as there, Chumley?
Can't really see. That's PC in the middle. I got it. It's not a great.
Yeah, that's not best for what we're trying to do here. Maybe send it to Dan.
I'm just trying to look cool, Chris. I'm freaking 38 pushing 39, okay? I want to be associated with one of the cool young stars in the game, okay?
I get it. Hey, I had people asking me how old I was in the latest chat of Dugout Discussions. They were like, I think I watched him when he was 150. Screw you, people.
It's tough.
You find it difficult to find time for a complete balanced meal? That's where today's sponsor, Huel, spelled Huel, comes in handy. And right now, new customers, 15% off plus a free gift with the code today at Huel.com. Their Black Edition ready to drink is a complete meal in a bottle. 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, and it is awfully low in sugar. Now, for the two of us, mornings can be chaotic. We're out the door in minutes. We don't have time to whip up a balanced meal. We're always working. And that's where Huel Black Edition comes up clutch. Keeps us full, keeps us energized and focused on whatever we need to tackle, and whatever the day throws at us, we are definitely ready. So join the community of Hueligans with this exclusive offer for new customers, 15% off plus a free gift with the code today at Huel.com. That is 15% plus a free gift. New customers with the code today at Huel.com. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel. Nutritionally complete meals in minutes so you can focus on what really matters. See the description for terms and conditions. All right, continue on. A lot of interesting stuff happened in the American League over the weekend. What was the biggest story to come out of that league? The Mariners won 8-10. They took a series in Texas and caused a shakeup with the Rangers. They fired their OC, by the way. The Twins taking 2 out of 3 in Boston, and unfortunately, the Red Sox lost their first baseman, Tristan Casas, for the year with a torn patella tendon. How about the Rays? They win 2 of 3 in New York. Chandler Simpson continues to win the games with his legs. That was amazing. And then the Royals, who came in with a league-low 18 homers into Sunday's action, crush a franchise record 7 in continuing their winning ways at Baltimore.
I'm going to go with the Twins taking 2 out of 3, not because of that whatsoever. It's more of the Tristan Casas news. Obviously, devastating injury for him. Ruptured the patella tendon. I was talking to Jake a little bit about this. It looks like he's got molded spikes on, man, and like the moldeds are so comfy on your feet, but they can be a little slippery. I'm not sure if that's exactly what happened on that base, but I just feel for this kid, man. Like, it's going to be a long, long road to recovery. You know, I saw some things online talking about what it takes to come back from that, and it's just, I can't watch that. It's a big deal, obviously, for Casas and his young career, and you know, like, again, just I feel for him, and I want to send him good vibes because it's going to be a long time before we see him on a baseball field again, most likely. It's a big deal because now we got to figure out what's going on at first base with the Red Sox. And Breslow's come out and said, hey, Roman Anthony, not going to be learning first base. Marcelo Meyer, not going to be learning first base. So it must mean Devers, like Yoshida can't throw. There was a video of him like trying to throw over the weekend. He just couldn't do it. So Rafael Devers, who you said, hey, man, you're not playing the field anymore. You're going to be a DH. Now you're saying, actually, no. You're going to play first base. I'm curious to see how that dynamic goes. Like he has to be the guy that plays first base, right? Like that makes
that makes
the most sense. I don't know if that's the way they're going to do it, but it also now starts the wheel turning. Like, are they going to bring up one of these guys? Is Meyer going to come up? Is Roman Anthony going to come up? And is this going to be a point we look back on in the Red Sox season saying we lost Casas, but maybe like this started the process of that new core coming up to maybe they save the season. They're 18-18 on the year. It's just been another middling season for the Red Sox. There's so much potential there.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to downgrade or not think about Casas in this situation. But as we move forward with their baseball roster, like, is this kind of like you either can use it as a springboard or you can kind of just sit and dwell on it a little bit. And I'm curious which way they go because I do believe in this Red Sox team.
It's not been a good year. I think it's been a tough 12 months for Tristan Casas.
Yeah.
There were all those rumors that he was going to be traded in the offseason, head up maybe to Seattle for some pitching or somewhere else. He wasn't playing well. He was hitting well under 200. This is devastating. I hope he gets back on the field. This is a tricky injury. I imagine for a big guy in particular, it's not easy at all. I have a quick question. The extra base that they use in softball and in, I believe, some college baseball or high school or wherever it may be, could that have help avoid this situation? Did
he land on Francis' foot or just kind of like try to avoid it the last second?
I don't know if he landed on his foot or if he was trying to avoid it. He's awfully close. It certainly looks like they're right on top of each other. Yeah, it looks like
it's
maybe
tough
he did.
because he's trying to get in the way of the throw. He knows Joe Ryan's on the base pass, so you kind of like make your way towards that. I think if there was an extra base and he was like a speed guy, like he would go that route, but I think he's not a speed guy and he's just trying to like get in the way of the throw, and that's just kind of a baseball play right there that ends up horrible.
Yeah, it does. Send him our best. For me, the reason I'm wearing this Rays hat, I know he's only been up 2 weeks or whatever it is, but Chandler Simpson this is the second time he's beaten out an infield hit to the right side. And it wasn't like the shortstops that made the plays kind of took their time. And that's ridiculous. And then for him to score eventually on the ball that was hit up the middle, I believe, by Yandy Diaz, where the ball trickled maybe 2 feet off the infield. He started the play on second base. I mean, yeah, a good throw isn't even going to get close. His sprint speed is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I see 31 feet per second.
No, it's game-changing speed. It's just pressure on a defense, and for a sport that got so far away from speed and athleticism for a while, it's beautiful seeing guys like him, guys like PCA running all over the place. You know, like it is. I guess shout out to Major League Baseball for like wanting to get that back and listening to the fans who have watched the game year after year after year, saying we need that back in the game, and it's come back in a big way. And again, I've said this before on this show, the teams that realize that early on are the teams that are having success, creating their roster with these guys that can change the game with their speed. And Simpson's just, obviously the newest, best example of it.
And don't take our word for it. There's a guy that said of Simpson's play yesterday, he can change the game with one play like that, even just getting on base and allowing a guy behind you to knock you in. He's definitely a game changer. Definitely don't get excited when I see him come up to the plate or on the bases. You know who said that? Aaron Judge.
Yeah. The Cap.
Yep. When you're earning respect from the best player in the game right now, pretty good.
I mean, dude, I'm sorry, but literally talk to anybody that's played a position in baseball or a pitcher, anyone that's played baseball. When there's a guy that can run the way he can run, it puts everyone on high alert. You have to be flawless.
Yeah.
You can't double pump. You can't bobble the ball. Like, you have to be flawless or else he's safe. It just creates a whole level new heightened awareness for players. It's the pressure we talk about. It's real.
And I'm not going to compare him to these guys because they were all great players, and this guy's got 2 weeks of dirt in his spikes. But in the 80s, we were fortunate to have Ricky Henderson, Vince Coleman, Tim Raines, total game changers in the way that they played the game. And yes, it made it so that if they got on first, you were tuned in the way you were to Barry Bonds hitting in the early 2000s, to McGuire and Sosa in 98. It's just the way that you would start paying attention to the game altered. And I think that this kid has that chance to do it. He has a chance.
He's done it so far.
Yep. One other note in the American League. This will make your ears perk up, Plouffe. Royce Lewis activated off the injured list.
I know.
Okay. Nationally, biggest headline from these three. Dodgers taking 2 of 3 in Atlanta. Yamamoto, 6 more scoreless on Friday. Phillies nearly sweep Arizona despite the return of Ketel Marte to the Diamondbacks lineup. And the Cards sweep a doubleheader from the Mets as Victor Scott gave us one of the catches of the year, stealing a home run away from Juan Soto.
I guess I'll go with the Phillies here for a couple different reasons. Number one, they're still not playing like great baseball. Like, offensively, they still need to get it going. Bryce Harper's struggled a little bit, and everyone's just kind of like been okay.
Yeah.
So they needed this series. I mean, Arizona's a very good baseball team, although they're having problems of their own. And we saw Shelby Miller give up his first 2 runs of the year in this series. We talked about the back end of their bullpen being decimated by injuries. And what does that mean for them? Do they have to go make a move quickly? Is it as simple as relying on Miller and Ginkel? A good series there. And my guy Max Kepler had two big hits, 2 big games in this series. So I wanted to just give him a little love too. The Phillies have not have not played to their potential yet, and they're obviously one of my favorite teams to follow. But this was a good series win against a good Arizona Diamondbacks team.
I'll go with Yamamoto because we, quite frankly, have not done him justice on this particular show. We haven't talked enough about him. That was the fourth time this year going at least 6 innings without giving up an earned run. His ERA is 0.9. He looks every bit the part of the highest paid pitcher in the game. Last year, a little bit out of the gate was rough. Then he started to turn it on, and he had that incredible start in New York against the Yankees in June, and then he got hurt, and then he disappeared, and then we didn't know what we'd get out of him in the playoffs, and then he helps him win a World Series, and now he almost feels like a forgotten guy out there. And he shouldn't be. Number one, he's the highest paid pitcher in the game. Actually, number one, he's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And then number two, he's the highest paid pitcher in the game. So we should be following him, it feels like, more closely than we do. And I don't know why this is. Is it because of Roki being there? Is it because, we're wondering when Ohtani's going to pitch in addition to being an MVP in the batter's box? What is it?
I think he just gets lumped up in all the Dodgers. I think people do have Dodgers fatigue. We talked about him so much in the offseason, and there is a lot of guys that you mention on that team. So he just kind of gets lumped up with Freddie and Mookie and, oh my gosh, the big three. And then, they have all these pitchers and they spend all this money. I think that's how people nationally think about the Dodgers. It's almost like a F them. They're playing a different sport. They're so far ahead. But Yamamoto deserves flowers. He's been incredible. We do remember that first start against the Padres in Korea, right? That's what it was. And he got hit around a little bit. Ever since then, he's been phenomenal, dude. Walk rate a little bit higher this year, but he's still getting the job done. It's beautiful, repeatable mechanics and just absolutely filthy stuff. The splitter is, in the States, the splitter is a great pitch. If you can command it and you can get guys thinking it's a fastball and you can tunnel it the way that he does, it's a phenomenal pitch because we just don't see it that often. And he's taken full advantage of that. He's awesome, man.
I do want to give a little love to Victor Scott. I thought that catch was pretty damn good. Some of the ones that get over the wall, you're like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, it was cool. Like, he reached up and got it, but when the mitt bends back a little bit.
Yeah, and in the aspect of the game, what a huge play. And then I believe it was game one, Alonso hit one just right over that national car rental sign, and he tried to go kind of up there and rob it. It wasn't really close. I think that was like practice for this.
That was pretty good. Nice job, kiddo. Hey, we got a new channel alert. We are launching an all-new home for can't miss challenges, collabs, and general shenanigans. Time to introduce you to Warehouse Challenges, our newest channel. That's where you're going to be able to watch your favorite Warehouse Games creators compete in one-off competitions, games, and contests with the help of some special guests from around the internet. So subscribe to Warehouse Challenges on YouTube. Make sure you don't miss out. New challenge videos dropping each and every Monday. So once again, that is a new channel. It's not the Warehouse Games. It's Warehouse Challenges. Enjoy. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. This was kind of fun. Man, oh man. The umpires were caught in the crosshairs. Up in Toronto, CB Buckner behind the plate. Max Scherzer, obviously on the injured list, having a ton of fun with his inconsistent strike zone. Flipping the coin. Up, strike. I watched that video like 100 times. Hilarious.
I mean, CB is the butt of a lot of jokes. There's no doubt about that. That was pretty good, Max. I like it. The strike call got me.
Yeah, strike call is good. But if you're looking for an umpire to take the cake this weekend up at Fenway Park, Bill Miller, hats off to you.
See that tag right there was the
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Minnesota retains.
So it is 6-1 as the call is overturned at the end of 8. Red Sox ahead 6-1.
Fucking saw that too. God damn it.
Just remember, somebody's always listening, Bill.
You know what? He's an old school umpire. He's been around for a long time. He definitely cares. He was in a good position. He did see it. I mean, he knew right away that he was wrong. You could kind of just like see it in his body language. I believe I've told this story before, but last year I was in San Diego. My boys drove down from LA. We ended up at the Top Gun bar in San Diego, which is right across from like the hotel we were staying at.
Yeah.
And then Bill Miller and the crew were there, and he just like held court at that bar for the next 3 hours, just slamming beers, telling hilarious stories. Like he's like what you think about when you think about old school umpires. You think about a guy like Bill Miller, but again, yeah, he cares, no doubt about it. That was pretty funny.
Dude, and it was almost like it was set up because the Red Sox announcers were dancing around it. You heard the first, and then they're like, "Well, that'll do it through 8 innings." And they go, "Fuck, God damn it, I saw that."
That's pretty good.
By the way, he better not get, punished. He better not get fined. Come on.
Hey, you and I have been on the train of like we like umpires. We want to know more about these guys.
Oh God, yeah, that's great.
We get a
Are
lot
you
of
kidding me?
pushback for that. For some reason, people are like, "What we don't it's better if we don't know them. We don't pay attention. That means they're doing their job." But I'm like, okay, but like these are like people too that have been around the game and seen crazy moments. I don't
Not
think
only
there's.
that-
I mean, think about this. Those guys have watched more baseball than anybody.
Yep.
Like they're very astute students of the game.
And their lifestyle sucks.
Yeah,
It sucks. They don't
some
get
of them really
home
like it
games.
though.
Huh?
Some of them really like it.
I get it. But it's not easy, is what I should say.
Did I use that word right? Astute.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Um,
Sawyer, I believe, found out the question: which team has the most walk-off grand slams? The Dodgers. Did you get the number, Sawyer? I don't know if he did. We'll have to see.
Job failed.
Job halfway done. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
get
a fail. You get a 50%. You failed.
or if it's extra credit, you get half a point.
I'm hard on interns. I
Yeah,
am.
you are.
I am. You're so nice to him. I got to be the other side. I'm a bad cop.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Well, either he fell asleep or he can't find it. One of the two.
Astute
fine.
means having or showing an ability to accurately assess situations or people and turn this to one's advantage. So I said astute students of the game.
Oh, yeah, you went double on me.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Huh.
All right, we're back at it again on Tuesday when hopefully we'll come up with the number of the most walk-off grand slams in Major League history. It's going to take us a full day, although I'm sure everybody is putting it there in the comments, which is perfectly fine. So everybody have a wonderful Monday. It's not a huge schedule of games, but we will be back again on Tuesday for our one-of-a-kind producer, Dan Rourke, our intern who only got half credit today, Sawyer. That is the uber-talented Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose. We'll see you Tuesday here on Baseball Today.